Welcome back. Here we are, getting ready to do our first riveting of the project. We are now down in the workshop again, and this time we have some actual joining of materials to do. And also notice I have airplanes on the TV. Well, some people like to work with music in the background. I like to work with ATC and or sounds of airplanes. Go figure. Also in my shop, you'll notice there's a bunch of model airplanes hanging around because I do that too. They're fun. So these are the Clecos I was talking about again earlier. You just kind of use them to temporarily join a couple of things together. They're the gold things you kind of see sticking out of the rudder spar there. They go in and take them out later. The tool I'm using there is a pneumatic squeezer. It's an air-powered ram that has sort of a cam in there, and as it applies pressure, the cam, moves and pushes a shaft up to basically join two dies together to squeeze a rivet. It's primarily made for dimpling, and I can talk more about dimpling in a little bit. Probably 1 to 2 more videos. Actually, I think it's the next video. Yeah, it works great for squeezing rivets because when you have rivets that are solid rivets, they are not always easy to use a rivet gun and a bucking bar to I don't know what you want to call it, to make them the right size to keep the materials together. Basically what happens is you put 2 pieces of metal together, you put a rivet in a hole, and as you either squeeze or you pound that rivet, it becomes mushroom sort of shaped on either side of the metal, and it permanently joins those 2 pieces of metal together. Yeah. So here I've got the rivet gun out because I was doing some others that I couldn't get with this squeezer. And then I think I've got, sorry, I messed up the camera angle here. It's in the vise. You can't see the vise right now. But suffice it to say, I pounded some rivets in there, and then I didn't like how one turned out. So what do you know? I had to drill it out, and then I have to work at it to really get it out of the hole. So it tells you how permanent a rivet really is in a couple of pieces of metal. It takes quite a bit to get them back out. So here, I'm putting it back. I'm putting another one in the second attempt. So that's that. There's a couple of doublers on the back of that spar. We permanently affixed the lower rib and the counterbalance rib, and then I'm just using a pop rivet there to attach something for like a little wiring loom. Now we go into super fast motion. We are using Clecos to assemble the skeleton of this whole rudder. What we have to do is assemble the skeleton in order to put the skins on, and then use a drill to make sure that we get the trailing edge really nice and lined up. So in order to do that, you should really fully assemble the whole thing, at least temporarily, so that everything lines up exactly as it will when it's actually assembled. And I think, we're back to slightly less fast now. Just take one Cleco out, match drill. Actually, it's final drilling. It's not match drilling because there is already a hole there. We're just final sizing it to make sure it all is the right size and lines up. So we're going to go up and down the entire trailing edge, and also, I believe, along the top rib there that you can see on this angle, and the counterbalance rib that you can't see right now, just to make sure all those holes are final sized and ready to go for rivets when assembly actually happens. Because After this, we're going to start doing little bits of assembly here and there, and then you can't really do this later on. And this is about the end of the drilling. Yeah, we're doing the top rib here. Um, I'm not going to bore you with the disassembly process. I'm going to just cut that out because it's going to be the beginning of the next video. There's no point in showing the whole disassembly because it has to be done anyway, and no reason to take the time here to do it. So, see you in the next one for some skin prep.